College Park, Maryland. I don't know why I said it like
College Park. Because I know exactly why you said it like that, because you're going to go College Park, Rubber's Box.
How do you grocery shop? Ew.
Oh.
That's a good question.
See, this is such a sign of the times question, because I used to actually physically go to the grocery store and get my groceries, and I would look at what was fresh and looked delicious and then build the menu and the weeks worth of groceries around that. But now, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm Instacarting groceries a lot. Just because it's the safer thing to do, in my opinion. And so I'm an avid Instacarter.
That's great. I think
honesty is key.
That's right. You should. You got to make sure you be efficient with your
Oh,
time.
I feel like we should tell you what we're sipping on. We are sipping on a classic margarita. That's not so classic because any of my Jamaicans out there, I put some Ribena in it. So, yeah, it's a margarita with some Ribena.
Is that in the book?
No, it's not. The classic margarita is, and I love the classic margarita in the book as a base, and it's a great base because it's classic. And you can layer in your flavors. So if you want to add a little mango juice, you can make a little mango margarita. If you want to add in the Ribena, you can add in Ribena. If you want to put a little Cointreau or a little bit of Chambord, you can spruce it up. But it's the perfect base.
I ain't gonna lie, I did not understand the last 4 words you just said. What?
It was like orange liqueur, blackberry liqueur, elderflower liqueur.
That's bad. What music do you like to listen to while you cook? And that is from Jason in El Monte,
Jason in El Monte, California. I love to listen to a little bit of everything. We actually, the magazine team and I, Sweet July, we actually have these amazing Spotify playlists, and so I gravitate towards those Spotify playlists. There's a chill playlist. There's a sunny days playlist. There's a chili and chill from when we did our chili cook-off. There's an Ayesha playlist that's spelled Iesha, and it's all throwbacks. So I gravitate towards those. But I'm really into popcorn, because I just love to bust a wine while I'm cooking. I do.
I see no lies.
You see no lies. I know. I love it. So.
What's your favorite recipe for date night? And I guess you should answer this as if somebody was
flipping through the book,
but you're having their own date night, and they want to impress said significant other. Mm-hmm. Where are you pointing to?
I'm going to give 2 options just because I know people have different palates. And so for me, I would gravitate towards this lamb loin. It's a cherry glazed lamb loin, so very elevated. I feel like date nights need to be sexy, and this is a sexy dish. And I serve it with wasabi mashed potatoes. Major key, also in the book. And then if you're not feeling that, I feel like a little at-home Chinese-style takeout, but made by you, is a good way to go. So I have the black pepper steak in here. And this is great because it comes together in 15 minutes. And you'll almost always have leftovers. So I love that. A little steak and mushroom or a little lamb.
Tina from Union City. What's the hardest dish that you've ever made?
Tina from Union City. The hardest dish I've ever made, I would say it's rack of lamb. And it's not the process of making it. It's the process of butchering it after. And yes, so making sure that I cut it the right way along the bone, that stuff drives me nuts. It drives me insane. That's why I love making ribs at International Smoke so much, because they fall off the bone and you don't really have to worry about that too much. So yeah, rack of lamb.
Oh, good question. Because I always want to know this, even though I don't use it ever.
You want to know something about me
I want
that
to know
you don't
something
know?
about it. Not about it. I know a lot about you. It's not about you. It's about your cast iron.
Oh, okay.
Skillet.
Okay.
Perrin from Houston, Texas says, do you take any special steps to clean your cast iron?
Karen from Houston?
No, Perrin.
Perrin! Oh, I like that.
Yeah, Perrin.
Oh, that's a cool name. Perrin from Houston, Texas. Hello, Houston. Hello, Perrin. Is asking about my cast iron skillet and what's the proper care for it. So I really don't recommend after you cook. One, they're pre-seasoned, so you don't have to season the skillets. Two, when you first get them. Two, after you cook in them, do not use a scouring pad or anything like that, because that's just gonna start to wear away at the quality of the skillet. I would recommend, if stuff is really stuck on there, which it shouldn't be because it's pretty non-stick, soaking it with some warm water and lemon juice. But it really should clean right out with a sponge, like your regular dish sponge. And then after you hand wash it and dry it, I recommend putting a little bit of olive oil or oil of your choice in the skillet with a napkin. And I pop it into the oven, with the oven off obviously, so that the next time I'm preheating my oven, it kind of seals in everything. And then I open the oven, I'm like, oh shoot, my cast iron skillet's in there. And I grab my pot holder, I take it out, and it's ready to go for the next time. But you don't really have to, with mine, you don't really have to do that. There's not much you need to do. I mean, I've had the same one since they came into production, and it's still great. That's the good thing about cast iron, is it just gets better with time.
Interesting question in terms of, I didn't think about this perspective, but you can have a versatile cookbook with a lot of different recipes and kind of approaches to it. But Jenna from Phoenix, Arizona says, what is your advice for people that love cooking good food but cannot afford the best ingredients? So
that's another reason why I love this cookbook, is it's all about making substitutions and really using what you have on hand. So for me in particular, like fresh herbs, I know can sometimes be hard to come by. And if you don't have them, use the dried herbs. When a recipe calls for fresh corn, if you can't get fresh corn, like use the canned corn and just strain it, cook it a little bit less. If a recipe is calling for sea bass and you can only get your hands on tilapia, like use the tilapia. And I think we talked about this the other day when we did the lobster rolls, the Caribbean lobster rolls. I said you can sub shrimp, like the little bay shrimp that you can get in the freezer section if that's what you can get your hands on, or the crab meat that comes in the refrigerated section. It really is a versatile cookbook, and I intended for it to be that way.
Absolutely. Something for everybody.
Something for everybody.
Two more from this list, and we'll get into some
did you hear my neck crack?
I did. That's when my face was all scrunched up. Chef to chef. Oh, this is from not from me. From Runak from Fremont, California.
Oh, wow.
I'm pronouncing that right.
Runak.
Chef to chef, cooking with no borders. Which area in the world influences your cuisine the most?
Oh, well, that's an easy one. So if you didn't hear, the question was cooking with no borders. Which cuisine influences your cooking the most? So it's 100% Jamaica, and I feel like you guys probably know that. So if I couldn't, I guess I would take that out of the equation, right?
Well, it's in your blood, so let's go with something that's not in your blood.
It's in my blood.
Although you are a melting pot, but still.
I guess I would have to say Indian food.
That's just because our name.
No, it's not because of our name. I do use a lot of curry. I use a lot of cardamom. I use a lot of clove. I use a lot of cumin. So those are spices that I cannot stand you, honestly. Because it's like, what in the world? No. I use a lot of those vibrant spices. Saffron, I just think that they're so special and unique and exquisite, and I love to incorporate them into a dish when I can. So if I had to pick a place outside of myself, that is where I would say I lean on the most. Not to mention, I love a good Bollywood movie. Love a good Bollywood movie.
All right, last
Kavi
one.
Kashi Kavi Gam. What?
is where did it go? What's up, Ken? I hear you back, bro. All right, this is from Talia in Belmont, California.
We should tell them why he's crying. So my mom's in there so he doesn't run on camera because his braids is looking wild right now. I've got to redo his hair. But he wants to grab the bubble wrap and he wants to sit there and pop the bubbles on the bubble wrap. So that's what he's crying for.
Man, well, he knows what he wants, you know?
Oh, parents.
If you had to, Talia from Belmont said if you had to pick one dish to cook and eat for the rest of your year, and I'm going to extend that to the rest of your life, what would it be? Question mark.
Yeah. If I had to cook one dish to eat for the rest of my life, it would be.
You heard the question.
Can it be a pear?
Give it to her.
Hey.
Let's go.
He said I repeat questions when I'm thinking about the answer. What is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
Just give it to him.
Can it be a pear though? Like because it's like this dish can't it can't go without the other thing.
You can answer it however you
want. It would be oxtail, rice and peas, and plantain fried on the side, the sweet ones, okay? That's what I would eat. And the oxtail would have to have some dumpling in it. That's a hearty meal, and I think I could survive off of that for the rest of my life for sure.
Love it. All right, quick rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire!
Let's have some fun. I got mine.
Let's have some fun.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
Favorite dish to braise low and slow?
Oxtail.
3 ingredients you'd absolutely cannot live without.
Garlic, onions, and brown sugar.
Off the top of the dome. All right.
I didn't repeat the question.
Okay, for someone who is brand new in the kitchen, maybe just graduated from college, someone who's moved into their first place, fill in the blank. What are the kitchen essentials every new cook should have?
I would say a cast iron skillet, a stock pot, a Dutch oven, a fish spatula, and a chef's knife.
And some extra storage space for that. I know you have a secret obsession for the British royal family.
I do. Who is this question from? Oh, it's from you. I was like, how do they know that?
You get to cook one dish from the full plate for the queen. What's the dish?
Legit, I'm making the queen some Chinese 5-spice fried chicken with the honey drizzle. Don't laugh at me. Yes.
I know for you, music and food go hand in hand. What's the artist / song that comes to mind for you when you think about the vibe of this book? That is a really good question.
Oh gosh, that's a great question.
It's gonna be hard for her because she doesn't ever remember the name of songs. But if it
Can I just pick Twist and Turn because that's my jam right now?
That's beautiful.
Because I feel like the cookbook just wants to dance and tease me.
That's it. All right, 2 more for the people.
Okay.
Actually, 3 more. Let's say you go on Iron Chef America to compete in Ultimate Culinary Throwdown.
That'd be fun.
You can have 4 chefs join your team, either still with us or not. Who do you pick?
Chef Michael Mina.
Facts.
Rachel Ray. I would pick Chef Dominique Crenn. I would pick, you said 5? 4? I would pick Thomas Keller. And I would pick Kwame! Chef Kwame! Yes! Woo! We win.
That's
We're winning. We're winning.
Star-studded event. If you could live anywhere in the world for a month and do nothing but learn how to cook the food of that region, where would that be?
Say it again.
If you could live anywhere for a month and do nothing but learn how to cook with the flair and the flavors and the culture of that region, where would that be?
Thailand.
Love that answer.
Yeah, Thailand.
All right, here we go. Last one. Full open.
Candid chat.
Honest, open transparency here. You open up on you open up your your IG, and you see you were tagged in someone's video cooking a dish from the full plate. In an ultimate dream sequence scenario.
An ultimate dream sequence.
Who would that person be?
Ooh.
Who do you want seeing cooking a recipe out of a full plate?
Oh my gosh. I have the answer.
Give it to him.
Michelle Obama.
Facts.
If I saw Michelle Obama cooking a recipe from the cookbook, I would pass out.
How many times?
Or, can I get two more? Or Angelina Jolie, or like Miley Cyrus.
Your twin? That's a good list. How many times would Michelle Obama, our beautiful first lady, tell people to vote while she was cooking? How many times can you say vote in 30 minutes?
However many times it takes to get y'all to go and vote.
That's what she do. She cooked that bomb meal.
Absolutely.
She used all 30 minutes to make sure people knew what was up.
Absolutely. Vote.
It sounds corny, but you gotta keep saying it over and over and over again.
But just once.
No.
Yeah.
We need just once.
Just vote once.
Oh, you. I got
Do
you.
it the right way.
I was confused.
Do it the right way.
Yeah. Don't say it once. I got you.
Yeah.
All leads up to that moment.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to leave the people?
No,
about
I
the
think.
full plate?
I
This
think.
is 4 years in the making.
This is 4 years in the making, you guys, since the first book. I don't think, I put so much love into this. Thank you, baby. I just need you guys to understand. This is my baby. And I hope you guys love it. And I hope it gets messy and you guys write all over it and you just love it and it becomes your go-to. I guess we can leave on the note. Should I read, the intro?
Ooh.
That might be
I'm gonna give you the stage.
Okay.
Watch this.
So, oh gosh.
A fireside chat.
This feels like when Jimmy Fallon does the notes and he's like, thank you.
Oh, I love it. Go. Give
Okay,
it
so we will end this with me reading the intro that I wrote.
Okay.
So my full plate. Food truly has enormous power. It feeds both the body and the soul. It's a vessel for communication, love, and happiness, and sets the foundation for beautiful, strong relationships of all kinds. When I began writing my first cookbook, The Seasoned Life was so different. I should have added freaking in that. Life was so freaking different. I was a mom of 2 girls. I'd truly just begun my career, and I was 26 years old. I was never sleepy, never had too much to do, and always had the flexibility to cook whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, without time constraints, unless it was game day. Mealtime to us these days definitely still looks like pouring a generous glass of wine while I cook, but the logistics are slightly different. I mean, we blinked and suddenly there were 3 children. That's 6 legs, 6 arms, 3 heads, 60 fingers and toes, by the grace of God, and 3 very different personalities who Stephen and I both love equally. I also began my journey as an entrepreneur, started my business sweet July, and opened 3 international smoke restaurant locations in 2 years. Needless to say, chaos did ensue, but it's the beautiful kind of chaos that if you replayed it in slow motion and put a string quartet behind it, could have the gravitas to coerce all people into having 3 Bambinos. In the midst, we recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It is chaotic, but it's fun. Mm-hmm. In the midst of all of that, I still have this desire to nurture my family through food. That precious time together is not something I ever want to fall to the bottom of life's to-do list. But these days, I need recipes that are still full of life and flavor, but take a fraction of the time to make. I've tried to give you that throughout this cookbook. You'll notice some of the dishes take 10 minutes, while others take 30, and nothing is ever longer than an hour. Major key. I want to be able to make a delicious meal for my family with enough time to actually enjoy sitting around the dinner table together. The world was my oyster the first time around, and this time there are no pearls or horseradish to slurp it down for that matter. Just an innate need and desire to feed my family delicious, fresh food as often as I can, because we know it's not going to happen every single night. Realistically, this means focusing on dinner most days, along with a nice stiff drink for the hubs and me. I honestly don't have a ton of hacks for getting elaborate breakfast on the table in no time, so it's dinner. With our lives these days, that just doesn't happen, and I want to keep it real with you guys. But when dinner rolls around, I can drop a few gems on how to get the meal on the table quickly while keeping it all interesting and delicious for when you do get those magical moments together. My hope is that these recipes inspire you to cook with your spouse, friends, children, and loved ones more often. The kitchen is a space for infinite possibilities and a creative outlet that doesn't require too much outsourcing. I hope that through this you create gorgeous memories and moments and that your relationships continue to grow and grow. Cheers to a world of possibility and a kitchen packed with flavor. We all have full plates, but these recipes will make mealtime feel worthwhile. let's get cooking from me.
Damn.
So that is my intro to the book. I hope it sends a clear message of, what this book is about. And with that, I thank you guys so much. I thank you guys so much for always following along with me and cooking with me, and encouraging me, to all my friends and family that are watching. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your signed books if you ordered them. Yeah. All right.
Go get the book.
Thank you. Oh wow,
Go
that is
go get
go get
the book.
Face.
Go get it.
Yeah.
Go get it.
All right, guys. Bye. Thank you so much.